Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in today's top stories, in Thailand, team of medical staff join hands with local hospitals in a free clinic to help over 700 patients. An alternative care option is now made available to dementia patients through a group home program that provides family-like atmosphere. And we look back at how the 15 years of humanitarian aid from the US in the 50s paved the way for Taiwan's rapid economic growth today. It has been more than 2 weeks since the devastating Ya'an earthquake hit China on April 20th, and in Lushan County, mobile laundry trucks have arrived at the worst-hit regions to allow quake survivors wash their bedsheets and clothing. Meanwhile, disinfectant has also been spread around tent areas to prevent possible disease outbreak.
Early morning here in Lushan County, disinfectant is being spread around tents set up around the local gymnasium. To prevent the spread of diseases, a local army unit has arrived with mobile laundry trucks to help quake survivors wash their bed sheets and clothing free of charge.
The water that will be used in these laundry machines has been sanitized, and it will go through sanitation once again after it is added to the machines.
The place we are sleeping is very wet, and when the mobile laundry truck came, I said I can finally have dry bed sheets.
They can clean the clothing better and safer because we ourselves don't have any detergent to wash our clothes with.
Since it has been raining here for the past few days, the local government and army are working hand in hand to do a thorough sanitation around the disaster zone to prevent the possible outbreak of disease.
Following the massive flooding in Thailand's Ayutthaya province in 2011, city volunteers have carried out a series of relief work to help local residents. Recently, on April 28, team of doctors and medical volunteers joined local healthcare providers in organizing a free clinic to help over 700 patients alleviate their pain and suffering.
Holding her 4-month-old little girl as she rushes to the site of the free clinic is U Tai. Her baby was born with a cleft palate, which has made it hard for her to take in breast milk, thus resulting in ear problems.
Infants born with cleft palates usually suffer from middle ear effusion, so first we have to cure their middle ear before undertaking corrective surgery, or they will develop problems in hearing and speech.
Thankfully for U Tai, medical staff were there to give her much needed support and arrange for her to receive further treatment at a local hospital.
Every medical volunteer was so kind here at the free clinic. I'm accompanied by volunteers wherever I went. I'm so thankful for your love and care.
As part of their continual care for local residents, following the massive floods in 2011, team of doctors and medical volunteers have partnered with 5 local hospitals to organize this free clinic here in Kokowet, Bang Patayan District, Ayutthaya Province.
Though we are from different hospitals, we have developed good chemistry here. From the recipient's smiles, we can see how the staff's love has truly touched their hearts.
As most residents here only earn a small income, they often endure their sickness instead of paying to see a doctor. Tzu Chi's free clinic was a chance for many to finally get their problems looked into.
I've attended other free clinics before, but the doctors didn't prescribe any medication. Today, the doctor not only diagnosed my grandson, but also gave us medication.
If Tzu Chi can hold free clinics more often, residents can get access to medical services more easily, as they won't have to pay extra for transportation or medicine.
Other than the dedication of the volunteers and medical staff, 60 medical students also took part in the event, hoping to carry Tzu Chi's humanitarian spirit forward along with their career as a healthcare provider.
Moving to the Philippines, as a rice distribution for disadvantaged families has been planned in conjunction with the Buddha Day ceremony, which falls on May 12 this year. City volunteers first carried out home visitations to survey the living conditions of local residents. In total, 6,500 families will receive this gift of love from Taiwan.
As the recipients pick up their bag of rice, we follow them home to learn their life stories.
Gumalaw na ang sushi kaya kilala tayo dito. Kung matanong mo mga
Inside this less than 10 square meter house lives Isabel's family of 4. As she suffers from a thyroid tumor and is unemployed, her husband is now the sole breadwinner in the family.
The tumor has troubled me for 10 years. I don't have money to see a doctor and my husband's job is unstable.
In this community, many residents live in poverty and often borrow money to sustain their lives.
We often borrow a week of living expense in advance to support ourselves. If we didn't, we would have nothing to eat.
To seek better job opportunities, many here moved from remote areas to a city as they believed their life would be better off as a result. Nonetheless, in the city, they not only live in poorer neighborhoods, but also cannot make ends meet.
Our life was way better back there in the province than here in the city. In the province, you can ask your neighbors for help and they will give you some of the vegetables they've planted. But here, if you don't have any money, you cannot eat.
During the home visitations, I realized how blessed I am compared with those less fortunate. I also encourage other volunteers to take part in such events, as they will not only facilitate with the survey work, but also be inspired in the process.
Volunteers hope to compile the list of recipients as soon as possible, so as to provide impoverished families with much needed assistance.
Continuing on our feature report on dementia, today we look into an alternative housing option for early to mid-stage sufferers of Alzheimer's, a group home pilot project first conducted in Sweden and Japan, where seniors can live but still maintain a family-like atmosphere, has recently been looked at as a possible option here in Taiwan. However, the cost of running and living in such a place is currently not economically sound.
In the eyes of Su Yun, the person holding her hand, her husband of some 60 years is a total stranger as she suffers from Alzheimer's.
Don't you want to see him? You keep asking me to take you to see him. Now that he's here, you don't want to see him?
Before Mr. Lee, now over 90 years old, placed his wife in nursing care, he took care of her all on his own. The elderly taking care of the elderly is becoming common practice in Taiwan's modern-day society. Mr. Lee lives alone under the accommodations provided by Taiwan's Department of Social Affairs. But thanks to the help of a home attendant that comes in to clean and look after him, Mr. Lee is getting along okay. However, in Taiwan's aging society, there is currently a lack of home attendants, while sending their elderly to a nursing home is not an affordable option for many. Many wonder if there is a better solution for the future senior residents of Taiwan.
Currently, we are calling upon the government to think about a long-term care insurance program that citizens can start paying for when younger, so that in the future, if needed, that money can be used to offset medical fees occurring with things like Alzheimer's, nursing homes, and such.
But Taiwan still seems to be set in traditional ways, where sending the elderly to a nursing facility is frowned upon and seen as unfilial behavior.
Taiwan is soon approaching a hyper-aged society where seniors taking care of seniors like Mr. Lee and his wife will become more common.